There's a power most people underestimate, a force so strong it can win arguments, protect your peace, and command respect, without saying a single word. That power is silence. The Stoics understood this more than 2,000 years ago. They knew when to speak, and more importantly, when to remain quiet. Because sometimes silence is not weakness, it's wisdom, it's strength, it's control. Today, we're going to explore 4 moments in life where silence isn't just the best response, it's the only response. And if you master these, you'll notice something extraordinary. People will treat you differently, they'll respect you more, they'll listen more carefully, and you'll gain a kind of quiet authority that words can never buy. But listen carefully. Each of these lessons has a twist, because silence isn't about running away. It's about owning the moment with discipline and power. Let's begin. First, stay silent when you are angry. Think about the last time you said something in the heat of anger. Maybe it was to a friend, a partner, or even a stranger. You felt that rush of fire inside you, and the words slipped out, sharp, heavy, impossible to take back. The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius once warned, "How much more harmful are the consequences of anger than the things that caused it?" He was right. Anger is temporary, but its damage can be permanent. Imagine a soldier on the battlefield, so consumed by rage that he swings his sword wildly. He doesn't just hurt his enemy, he wounds his own allies too. That's what words in anger do. They cut everyone in the room, including you. Now picture this instead. Someone insults you, mocks you, maybe even betrays you. You feel the fire rise, your lips ready to explode with words. But instead of speaking, you go silent. You take a breath. You let the moment pass. And while they expect a storm, all they get is calm. That silence unsettles them. It disarms them, because silence is not what they prepared for. And here's the secret. Silence when angry is not about ignoring injustice. It's about delaying your response until you can respond with clarity instead of chaos. It gives you control over the only thing that's truly yours, your mind. The next time anger tempts you, remember this. Silence is the shield that protects you from yourself. Second, stay silent when you don't know enough. There's a saying, better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Harsh? Maybe. True? Absolutely. In our world today, everyone has an opinion. Social media rewards the loudest voice, not the wisest. But the Stoics believed the opposite. They believed wisdom begins with humility, the ability to admit, "I don't know." Epictetus, born a slave and later a great teacher, warned his students, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Think about how powerful silence is in this case. Imagine you're in a meeting at work. Everyone's throwing around ideas, arguing, trying to sound smart. You're tempted to speak, to prove you belong. But you pause, you listen, you wait. And in that waiting, you actually learn more than anyone else. When you do speak, your words carry weight because they're rare. Silence here is not weakness, it's strategy. It's choosing not to waste your voice until it matters most. And in a world where everyone shouts, the one who speaks less is often the one people lean in to hear. So the next time you feel the urge to fill the silence with words just to avoid looking foolish, don't. Let your silence do the talking. Because the wise know that learning begins not with speaking, but with listening. Third, stay silent when people are complaining. We've all been there. You walk into a room and someone starts unloading about their job, their family, their life. At first, you listen. Maybe you even sympathize. But soon, you realize they don't want solutions. They don't want advice. They want to stay stuck. And here's the danger. If you're not careful, their negativity becomes contagious. It spreads, it drains your energy, it makes you feel heavy, even though nothing in your own life has changed. The Stoic philosopher Seneca gave us the antidote. The greatest remedy for anger is delay, and delay often means silence, because silence in the face of constant complaining is not cruelty, it's protection. It's refusing to fuel a fire that doesn't need to burn. Picture this. Someone is ranting endlessly, waiting for you to jump in, to complain with them, to validate their misery. But instead of feeding their fire, you stay silent. You nod. You don't add more negativity. Slowly, their words lose power. Because without an audience, a complaint is just an echo. Here's the twist. Your silence isn't about ignoring them. It's about refusing to carry what isn't yours. It's about guarding your inner fortress, because your peace is priceless, and no one has the right to rent space in your mind with their complaints. Fourth, stay silent when gossip begins. This one is crucial. Gossip feels harmless, even fun. A shared secret, a whispered story, a laugh at someone else's expense. But gossip is poison, not just for the one being talked about, but for you too. The Stoic teacher Epictetus said, "Be silent, or let your words be worth more than silence." Gossip never passes that test. It lowers your character, it diminishes your dignity, and it tells the world that you can't be trusted. Think of it like this. Every time you engage in gossip, you spend your reputation to buy someone else's approval. But what you gain is cheap, and what you lose is priceless. Now imagine a different scene. You're sitting with a group, and someone starts tearing down a mutual friend. Instead of joining in, you sit quietly. You don't nod. You don't laugh. You simply let the silence stretch. And suddenly, everyone feels it. The air changes. They realize that gossip has no power in your presence. That's the beauty of silence. It not only protects your character, it elevates it. People may not admit it out loud, but they respect the one who refuses to lower themselves. Because silence is not empty, it's full of power. When you're angry, when you don't know enough, when others are complaining, and when gossip begins. But here's where the real transformation happens. Don't just hear these words, practice them. For the next 7 days, choose one of these moments and try silence instead of reaction. Bite back the angry response. Resist the urge to prove you know. Stay quiet when complaints rise. Withdraw when gossip starts. Watch what happens. The Stoics mastered it. Now it's your turn. And if you're ready to live with more wisdom, peace, and mental strength, subscribe to this channel. Because the wisdom of the ancients isn't just philosophy, it's a guide for surviving and thriving in the chaos of today.